Good morning, and welcome back to Saturday Morning Switch. This week's Nintendo Direct has helped clarify the direction the new console will be going over the next few months as the Zelda hype slowly calms down and we look forward to what's to come. So this week we'll be breaking down the Switch release schedule for spring and summer, from Mario Kart 8 to ARMS to Splatoon 2 and more. There's plenty on the way, but first things first, let's start with the here and now of April. To briefly cover games already out, we mentioned Has Been Heroes and Graceful Explosion Machine last week, but remitted LEGO City Undercover. What was originally a Wii U exclusive has now been ported to all current gen systems, and breaks from the fairly standard LEGO game template to make something more akin to a child-friendly GTA, and with you as a cop, not a horrible person. It's priced at £49.99 on the eShop, but you can probably find it cheaper if you shop around. Yesterday's releases included Jackbox Party Pack 3, priced at the unusual £20.03 on the eShop. Containing 5 games designed for a variety of players in local multiplayer, I can confirm it's great fun, though requires players having mobile devices and works way better with more people. Considering there's no inbuilt streaming on the Switch either, it's hard to justify this over other platform versions. The other April 13 titles were Mr. Shifty and Samurai Showdown IV. Shifty reminds me a little of Hotline Miami, only without that funky aesthetic, but a lot more modern security and superpowers to play around with, and SS4 is another Neo Geo fighting game. Did these things make up half the console's library or something? Mr. Shifty will set you back £13.49, and Samurai Showdown 4, like all Neo Geo classics, is £6.29. Coming up this week, we have Wonder Boy The Dragon's Trap on April 18th, priced at £7.99, and Fatal Fury on April 20th, priced at £6.29. Wonder Boy, as I mentioned last week, is based on ye olde Wonder Boy 3, as you transform into a variety of animals to survive and find a cure for your curse. Fatal Fury is a Neo Geo, surprise, fighting game. April 27 will continue the stream of Neo Geo classics with Overtop, which breaks tradition by being a racing game, and is priced as always at £6.29. Of more interest though is Sega's Puyo Puyo Tetris, an interesting puzzler that merges the two franchises. There's a demo on the eShop right now, and it does provide some quick and satisfying puzzle action with next to no load times. Hard to Gorge was its long-term appeal, and with an eShop price of £34.99, as well as it being a multi-platform release on PS4 for less money, I'm not sure if I could champion the Switch version over its cousin. The next day, April 28, sees both the physical release of Puyo Puyo Tetris and Nintendo's next addition to the Switch library, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The most complete Mario Kart ever straight out of the box, not only does it contain all the content from the Wii U version and both DLC packs, but also a couple of new characters including the Inklings, and several additional battle mode stages and options cherry-picked from Mario Kart's past, such as Shine Thief and Bob on Blast. Must admit, despite only the original in its season pass, I'm still tempted to pick this one up. While it's yet to have a confirmed release date, Shakedown Hawaii is still scheduled to come out sometime this month. From the makers of Retro City Rampage, this game is set 30 years after that one, and will feature more run and gun action in an open world with the same retro visuals, and is coming to the Switch exclusively at launch, with other systems getting it later. Moving on to May, the roly roguelike I talked about last time, Tumbleseed, is coming out on May 2nd. This literally got announced as I was writing this episode. You roll a seed across a beam, back and forth to power it up and avoid obstacles as you climb mountains, and it looks like some light-hearted fun. One of the gaming's most successful properties of all time is coming to the Switch on May 12th in the form of Minecraft, Nintendo Switch Edition. With 4-player local multiplayer and 8-player online, and the return of a Super Mario pack from previous Nintendo Minecraft versions bundled in at no extra cost, this marks the most complete version of the game to yet come out on a Nintendo system, and strikes me as perfect for young'uns on long journeys. The game will launch on eShop on that May 12th date, with a physical release confirmed, but coming later down the line. Then May 26th brings us another tag team of releases in Ultra Street Fighter 2 The Final Challengers and Disgaea 5 Complete. USF2 TFC features the by now semi-traditional ability to swap between the classic pixel art and more modern graphics, as well as adding 2 brand new characters in Evil, Ryu and Violent Ken. Though I suppose when one of your other major additions is the ability to shoot first-person Hadokens, maybe they're reaching a bit for things to add to the classic. Still, if you want the newest and shiniest version of Street Fighter 2, the Switch is the place to get it. Disgaea 5 Complete, the ultimate version of the 6th Disgaea game, thanks D2, was originally a Japanese Switch launch title, and now makes its way over here again on May 26th. Containing all the strategy RPG action you could want, and then some, this will also bundle in all the DLC released for Disgaea 5's PS4 version. If you've not played one before, or are unsure about whether this specific entry is the one for you, there will be a demo on the eShop before it launches to help you out with that. June's schedule is right now dominated by its one and only confirmed release, and Nintendo's take on the more traditional fighting game, ARMS. The recent Direct divulged a chunk of information on what makes fighters and the various arms they can use more unique, as well as showcasing 1v1 and 2v2 fights. It certainly looks like it could be another strong multiplayer title for the console if Nintendo play their cards right when it comes out on June 16th, but with the game being demoed at the current Insomnia 60 event, we'll break it down in more detail in next week's episode. And if you're staring at your grey Joy-Cons wanting a splash of colour, or have the red and blue ones and want to complete the primary colour set, then you can pick up a neon yellow Joy-Con and Joy-Con strap on the same day. And if you're burning through your Joy-Con's batteries, you can get an AA battery pack for them. Though from the looks of it, this stops them working with the controller grips, so you might want to plan out your accessories. That, like all the rest, is out June 16th. July continues the arguably thematic tradition of Switch games arriving in pairs, with Fate Extella, the Umbral Star, and Splatoon 2 both arriving on July 21st. The latter, which we covered before during the global test fire, should need no introduction. We now know the game will be sporting a Horde-esque mode called Salmon Run for 4 people, which will reward players with currency to presumably buy new outfits and such. There'll also be 3 new amiibo, the Inkling Boy, Inkling Girl, and Inkling Squid, which will allow you to save outfits. Older amiibo from the Splatoon 1 era are compatible as well, giving rewards to longer term players. Fate Extella, which released on PS4 and Vita at the start of the year, is a Musou-style game set in the Fate universe, and is one of the franchise's rare Western releases. Different servants fighting different ways depending on their class, and yes, obviously Saber is in the game. What kind of Fate release would it be without her? The game reviewed decently on other platforms, and seeing as there's no sign of a date for the upcoming Fire Emblem Warriors as of yet, this is your best bet for that slaying hundreds and thousands of enemies fix. And then of course there's the good old Summer 2017 games, which don't have a release date, but will be out before the kids go back. Probably. If you want a retro fix that isn't Neo Geo, then Namco Museum will be right up your alley, featuring Pac-Man, Galaga and Dig Dug amongst others, as well as special challenges to test your skills. Much like those Neo Geo games, this will also only be on the eShop. Another eShop exclusive, as well as being a Switch exclusive, is Project Mekuru. If you ever played the mode in Bomberman where you were trying to claim spaces by having explosions on them, this will look familiar, with players ground pounding to claim lines, and trying to have the most blocks at the end. I question the long term appeal, but if you want another simple multiplayer title to break out at parties and such, here it is. Troll and I, a game which honestly creeped some of us out a little when we talked about it on the Party Chat podcast, has a human and troll, both outcast from society, with players having to use the unique capabilities of both to make them through. The Binding of Isaac needs no introduction, a hellish roguelike filled with biblical and bodily references that's become one of indie gaming's biggest success stories, and it's coming to the Switch in Afterbirth Plus form sometime this quarter, despite being out in America for about a month now. Aren't we lucky? Cube Life Island Survival HD is a Minecraft clone, but in HD, which by the looks of it will be beaten to the punch by actual Minecraft. Oh dear. Meanwhile, Redout is another game in the F-Zero/Wipeout mold, and also has the mythical Q2 launch window. Sonic Mania is another Sonic chasing after days gone by, with both old and brand new stages all created in the classic Mega Drive style. Whether this will fall on the Generations and Colours, or Boom and Lost World end of the spectrum, remains to be seen. THQ Nordic are also bringing a couple of titles, with Shmup Sign Mora X, featuring local co-op and competitive modes alongside the bullet blasting action, and Battle Chasers Nightwar, offering a turn-based RPG based off the old comic series, and comes to Switch before other platforms. And don't forget that the first content pack for Breath of the Wild goes live sometime over summer too. Some people suspect June 23rd, based off the date for the free new Link amiibo, but there's nothing announced yet. We do know it will contain a hard mode for the game, a Cave of Trials challenge, and an upgrade for the in-game map. Here's hoping it's a bloody Korok radar. And yeah, that's the current schedule. Not a bad lineup. I know I'll be buying Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Splatoon 2 like the Nintendo lover I am, but there's plenty of other titles to help fill in the gaps on the long road until autumn and Super Mario Odyssey. Why not let us know in the comments what games you're planning on picking up. And if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to give us a like and subscribe to the channel for future episodes. Next week, we should be taking a look at ARMS in more detail. Until then though, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all around.